Speaking of those relationships, those human relationships that were more prevalent, I feel, within communities back in the days, what do you make of the idea that relationships today are more about what I get out of them rather than what we get out of them?
Yes, you're right, because when there was a community and reliance on community it was working both ways. So the community would look after the individual, and individual would look out for the community. So it wasn't a kind of one-sided. But when you shifted more towards the individual side of things and personal choice and personal freedom, and I am what I would make my life to be. Whereas before you inherited life through your father, your grandfather, and the community and the tribe were a bigger part of it. And that was not just in, for example, Southeast Asia or Pakistan or India. So even in Europe, you would know the way the surnames today, tailors and blacksmiths, yeah. So there were peasants and there were landlords, and peasants couldn't go to the landlords' pubs even. And the same in India, for example, the caste system, and people were kind of, so although caste system finished, or the importance of it kind of over time gone down, but the cultural aspect of it stayed for a very long time. I think that whole context started shifting, because within those old parameters, you were expected to be doing a particular things in a particular way or having a particular profession. People at different stages were treating each other, and they knew how to treat each other in a particular way, and it was quite acceptable. With the change now, there's no kind of standard set that how you have to behave or interact, and the old principles have changed, and people kind of wrote their own new principles at an individual level. Which of course gave them a lot of freedom, and whichever way they want to. But at the same time, the trade-off is that then when you write your own rules, so then you have to abide with them yourself, so the others don't have to follow them. And with that, so of course you don't then get that kind of community culture. And when the whole society started following their own way of doing things, so the whole society became, in a way, or kind of seen as selfish, which I don't believe it is. And of course, social media, all the TV channels and entertainment at an individual level, people, before for entertainment, you would go to find friends and have, so as I was growing up, so we will every day, I used to mention to you guys that we will play cricket or tennis or badminton or hockey, or I didn't play tennis back then. Every evening, so 2 hours were set to play every day with 10, 12, 20 friends. Even when I kind of, after uni, so we will sit friends, 4 of us, I remember, every day in either my house or somebody else's house, have tea and have a chit chat. So there was that kind of social aspect of thing, and it was needed. So if I was, or any of us four, for example, back then, were sitting at home, there wasn't much to do. But if I think of it now, or I see you guys and your generation people, they have plenty to do. Even if when they have games to play, they have TV programs to watch, or they have all these Snapchats or WhatsApp groups to kind of follow or chit chat. So it's the whole structure, the way of life has changed.
Now, that's a very valid point, that we have essentially moved from, even though we have more choice to do things now, however, because of that choice, we tend to spend more time on our own rather than, as opposed to, like you said, it seems like people were a lot more proactive socially within a community.